Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. Another battle of multiple... it's like we got how many battles going on right now? 3 or 4? Or because we got the Gigantomachia one, which...
It's not really a battle with him.
More like a chase.
He's traveling.
Yeah, more like
it's
a
about
chase.
To be, but...
Yeah. And then, of course, you have the one of Shigaraki versus everyone.
Which may possibly finally be over.
Maybe, but I don't know.
It's, All for One told him to get away and recuperate and allow his powers to more fully develop.
But, yeah. And then, of course, you have now Ochako versus Toga. Himiko Toga. And I hope that Ochako will be okay, but Toga's no one to fuck around with. Also another
very, very stabby.
Yes, stabby and slashy. If I had to give her a pro wrestling name, Slashley Simpson. Or my sister's name, Slashley Dickinson. Anyway.
Or if she was a magician's assistant, she could be Abracastabia. That was actually a name that Andrew stole from somewhere online to name one of his rogues in World of Warcraft, and I was like, that's the best fucking name I've ever seen.
For a rogue, especially. Yeah. That is perfect.
Abracastabia. I was like, I would be so pissed off if I got killed by somebody on the other faction and saw their name was Abracastabia. I would be like, go fuck yourself.
It's like,
what the hell?
It's like, I freaking died. What happened? It's like, you were killed by Abracastabia.
Backstab for 10,000 by Abracastabia. It's like, fuck you, dude.
Anyway, we have a My Hero Academia episode here. This one is titled Dabi's Dance. I was gonna say, is he gonna break? Is he gonna show us his sweet dance moves? That's what I think anyway. I don't know. So let's get this on screen and let's see Dabi breakdance.
全速力で飛ばしてます。危険なので座っててください。まだ体も全開というわけじゃないでしょう。今も命が奪われ続けている。
Hey, Best Genus.
生きてる。
Oh, thank God.
すぐ処置するから。
Oh no! Please don't tell me he's gonna keep going. Ooh! Yeah, Hado. Izida. He basically encased her arms in there so her bones wouldn't cause any more damage. Which, that's really cool. Well done, Todoroki.
Reduce swelling as well.
Uh-oh.
私の普通を返そうって言って殺そうとしてきた嫌な人がいたんだよ。個性で高いところから落としたの。
Oh, that's right.
好きな人の血だ。どうして幸せを感じたりしない？これ。お茶子ちゃんから落っこちたよ。大事なお兄ちゃんでした。一緒だね、お茶子ちゃん。お茶子ちゃんの好きな人って伊豆くんだよね。
She's trying to fluster you.
直線的に仕掛けても避けられる。なら、ゼロサテライト。さっき倒れた時。
Ah.
それは。私もずっと我慢した。ちっちゃい頃にやめろって言われて大きくなるの。富樫ニコ。好きに生きて人を脅かすならその責任は受け入れなきゃいけない。まだね。 がとうね。バイバイ。
Whoa, Floppy!
つゆちゃん、その呼び方やめてと言ったはずよ。
Oh, Jesus. You might want to move. Big man incoming.
Crazy to me that she somehow went way faster than he went to get ahead of him, though. Because she was on his back and then got this far ahead. She went fast as fuck.
Yeah, that's a bit of a...
It's either a plot hole or she has someone's quirk now that she can use to go super fucking fast.
涙。戻るね、みんな。もやもやはもう晴れました。
Oh, and he's here.
いいタイミングだ、マキア。死柄木を同時に相手にするのは無理だ。手負いの勝ちを先に倒す。しかし強い。波動反霊反念。
パズリ、グリーンガフラット。
格策熱点。訓練支援。
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
ネシレちゃん先輩、聖徳。おろせメガネアーマー。気づいたか。無理しなきゃ。
Bakugo.
歌に。が片方潰れてる。
I don't think you'll...
この体でどこまで
I don't think you're in any condition to do that, bro.
俺を聞いてくれ。
I'm just saying, I don't think you're in any condition to try and do anything.
俺はこの国のトップヒーローだろうが。ゴモセットか。ザビー。ひでえな。そんな名前で呼ばないで。
Oh, Nail.
そうやって立派な名前があるんだから。
Yep.
Damn it!
You didn't expect us to get that revelation that quickly.
No.
But yep, I fucking knew it.
I mean, nail right on the head. You called it, man. Damn. Oh no. Oh shit, she's gonna see it.
僕は轟東也ナンバーワン
Shit.
エンデバーの息子です。
Oh man, right when she was back about, like, on the road to recovery mentally.
どうやって。僕轟東也はエンデバーの轟家の長男として生まれました。10人以上の罪なき人々を殺しました。
Ooh.
僕がなぜこのような醜猥な所業に至ったか。デバーはかつて力に焦がれていました。無理やり妻をめとりました。僕は父の利己的な夢のために作られた。しかしどうやら僕は失敗作だったようで。みんながみんな清廉潔白であれとは言わない。お前だけだ。事前に録画しておいた俺の身の上話が今全国の電波とネットに乗って走ってる。人生を踏みにじれるか。あの日以来ずっと考えた。自分がなぜ存在するのかわからなくて、毎日俺が夏くんに泣いてすがってたこと知らねえだろ。そうと思ってた。でも期せずしてお前がナンバーワンに繰り上がって血のしもべやエンディングを誘導して次々にお前にあてがった。念願のナンバーワンはさぞや気分が重かったろう。受けていれば正しく荒れると思っただろう。知らねえようだから教えてやるよ。過去は消えない。さあ自業自得だぜなあお父さん。
Jesus.
Damn.
東野は焼けて死んだ。炎は2000度を超えていたらしく遺体は残らなかった。炭化した骨はかろうじて見つかったのは科学部の骨が一かけら。ケツこそ宿しはしなかったが宿していた火力は俺以上のものだった。反霊反念への望みを持ち続け、妻も兄弟がいた方が励まし合えると第二子冬美を生んだ。の悔しさも嫉妬も醜い心を全て打ち砕いてくれると東野は死んだ。許されない嘘だ。俺は生きてる。 許されない真実だ、お父さん。
お前も血筋か。
疑ってんなら血でも皮でも提供するぜ。血はとっくに済まして公表中だけどな。DNA 鑑定の結果です。九州の戦いで残されたエンデバーの血と 99.99% 一致して生まれました。そして待望の傑作にさえ手を挙げています。僕は何度も見てきました。に溺れた歪小で独りよがりの精神。そんな人間がヒーローを名乗っていいと思いますか？
嘘やろ。こんなん誰も信じんやろ。
エンデバーに連なるものも同様です。ナンバー2ヒーローのホークス。ホークスは泣いて逃げるヴィランを躊躇なくその刃で貫いた。名のカメラでいい絵が撮れたんで使わねえ手はねえと思ってさ。
Fuck, dude.
は僕らに取り入るためにあろうことかヒーローを殺しています。休養中だったナンバー3ベストジーニスト連続強盗殺人犯ヴィランだった。彼が経歴も本名も隠していたのはそのためでした。皆さんは醜い人間たちの保身と自己肯定の道具にされているのだ。
ドヤ君痛いよこれ。
元気でいてくれてありがとう。エンデバー
He's in shock. He can't. He's not gonna. Oh God, Endeavor's gonna die. Ooh.
Oh, yeah!
Best Genius.
ベストジーニスト。
Okay, bring
Just
back
in
the live
time.
broadcast. Bring back the live broadcast right now and show Best
Right?
Genius alive
Show
and
that he's
well.
alive.
Show them that Dabi's a fucking liar. Right there. That's how you can. That's what we call.
They can't bring back the live broadcast though, like because it was the one villain's quirk that was.
Well,
doing
he's
it,
hacking
so.
it, but honestly, if someone can get up there and destroy the laptop, because he's not very physically strong, and everyone's tied up right now, so if someone got up there real quick and just destroyed the laptop, all of a sudden the broadcast would come back and everyone would see Best Genius alive and well. I mean, that's how you...
like the broadcast from the helicopters.
Yeah, exactly. Because they were showing this through a broadcast on a helicopter. And I would just... that's what I would do. That would be my priority right now in terms of just like... if I could tell one of them to do it, it's just like destroy the laptop and let people see that Best Genius is still alive and well, and thus it proves Dabi is a liar. I mean, basically right there, that's how you can negate everything, because they hinged themselves as one of their key points of their argument is that Best Genius was killed by Hawks to gain the approval, but he's not dead.
Yeah, create doubt in the doubt that was created, basically.
Exactly. You therefore, Dabi, that's what we call getting caught in 4K, my dude. So, yeah, congratulations, you played yourself. Holy shit! What a freaking emotional, like, just is basically like a howitzer shot, just right to the chest. Jesus, man.
That was one heck of an episode again.
Endeavor frozen, dude. Never have I seen him like that. Frozen, not just in fear, but in
like
shock.
what else could that would work on almost literally anyone. Like,
yeah, and
literally just finding out that your son that you thought was dead is alive, is not only still alive, but is the fucking one of the fucking villains that's been causing all these problems for like basically the entire country, like over the past however many months.
Yeah, and I think what's going to have to happen is whenever Endeavor gets back in the public eye and was like doing a news broadcast or a because he's the number one hero, he's going to have to answer some questions. I guarantee you one thing, like they'll be like, is it like, and knowing that, you know, Dabi lied and everything, you know, seeing as how Best Genius was alive, it's like Endeavor should get out in front of it right then and there. He's like, no, Dabi is my son. He is Toya. Like that's something that I think that would shock Dabi because, you know, in his mind, like Endeavor would just be like, no, that's not my son. My son's dead, you know, and he would just continue to deny it over and over and over. But if he actually admits to it, I wonder how Dabi would feel about that. Dabi would probably just be like, well, that was unexpected. Just, you know, I'm not going to say he's going to turn over a new leaf because there is a point of no return for certain characters in terms of their. You see, we saw Twice as teetering on it because for the most part he hadn't really hurt or killed anybody other than like his clones and all that.
But for the most part, self-defense if he had. So.
Yes, and you know, he was teetering for a while, and
he was literally just trying to fit in somewhere. Like if he had been taken under, like literally Hawks' wing for real, instead of Hawks having been in a situation where he's having to be a spy.
Yeah,
I think that he could have actually become friends with him and convinced him to change sides.
I think so too.
And I think him changing sides would seriously make Toga rethink what she was doing. Like, obviously she needs some fucking therapy if she was to change sides. But, like,
you ain't kidding. She needs bukus of therapy.
But I still don't think that she's so beyond, like, reasoning and stuff that she couldn't be convinced that she was on the wrong side if, like, one of her good friends decided that, like, they were on the wrong side and helped her make that decision, you know?
Yeah.
Helped her come to that decision herself, basically.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, now that Twice is gone, though, I really think that most of the League of Villains is beyond the point of no return.
Yeah, I mean, Toga has killed people, and, you know, with malice. With, like, complete malice, no self-defense or self-preservation instinct. I mean, and Dabi as well. Dabi's proud that he's killed people. He's proud that he's killed more than 30 people. And of course, Todoroki, I mean, forget about it. The amount of death he has caused on just this day alone.
I mean, Shigaraki.
Sorry, not Todoroki, Shigaraki. Bleh. Sorry, I have so many names floating around in my head, and it's just, forgive me, everybody. But Shigaraki, I mean...
Wait, because even, like, whenever we were talking in previous seasons, like, there was still a hope for Shigaraki as well, him being... you know, Shimura's grandson and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it was hope, like, obviously from All Might that, like, maybe he could be reasoned with at some point, but, like, he is psychotic as hell. Like,
and his mentality is completely warped.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hate to say it, but...
and he has All For One whispering in his ear literally all the time.
Yes. So, I know that there's people out there who say, oh, you should never... 100% like portray someone as a villain, you know, because villains well,
I mean, there's still always room for the Darth Vader turn, like at the very end, you know.
I know that, but
it's like the whole, like, yeah, he's been the villain like all the way up until the very end, and then at the very end just realizes, you know what, fuck this guy. And
also
the one that helps finish off the main bad guy, you know, but.
Also, the Darth Sid, but I'm talking like...
That doesn't happen in everything. Either.
I'm talking like the Emperor, Lord Sidious.
Yeah.
He's completely irredeemable.
Oh,
completely. Yeah. And that's my whole deal. Is
well,
that
in this case,
you can't be afraid to have a villain that is irredeemable and is just pure fucking evil.
And in this
you can't be afraid of that.
And in this show, that is All For One.
Yes.
All For One is the Sidious of this show.
Yes. Completely irredeemable. 100%. And... I think that if Shigaraki does in fact have a redemption, not a redemption arc, but has that last minute redemption, I think he will be in prison for the rest of his natural born life, and basically he'll be apologetic the whole time about it whilst in prison. I don't know, but
I mean, there's always the chance that they could make exceptions in this society if they see him like turn and like redeem himself by helping to take out All For One, assuming All For One like escapes again or something.
Maybe, But
like, and just be like, well, obviously he was being manipulated by All for One, so
I would say that, and I would say
we
that
could potentially
potentially
give him a pass or whatever, despite the destruction he caused.
But I understand that,
Especially if like
duress
All
of-
Might spoke on his behalf or something. You know?
Oh, well, if someone did speak on his behalf, if someone did speak on All Might's behalf, if someone did speak, or if All Might spoke on his behalf, and Shigaraki was able to somehow be forgiven in the court of public opinion. In my humble opinion, when it comes to the amount of death and destruction that he has caused, he is still going to have to answer for that. If not through the criminal system, then through the public. Because people have lost family members. People have died because of the outcome of his attack, just in this episode arc, or in this seasonal arc alone. And
he's gonna have to spend like the rest of his natural life delivering flowers to families and getting slapped in the face and stuff. Probably.
Well,
but I mean, I kind of agree with that article I was talking about. That it's like, I think it's good to start subverting expectations back the previous way nowadays and just stop doing redemption arcs.
yes, and
Because they're in fucking everything now, and it's just like,
Well,
especially with anime. Anime does it a lot. There's like
I'm all for redemption
Naruto
arcs whenever
friendship, Mob friendship, like so many anime characters, Goku friendship, So many anime characters nowadays make friends with all their villains and turn them to the good side and stuff, to the point where it's a cliche, and you subvert expectations by going the opposite way and not doing that anymore.
Well, I think a good redemption arc, it just has to be earned. It can't be just something. It's just like, oh, this character's popular. Redemption arc, no, don't do that. If a character develops to the point where they start to turn over a new leaf, okay. But there's just some character. For instance, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was one of the worst for it, because it's like, oh, this vampire villain, he's evil and he's one of the main bad guys and all this. It's like, oh, but he's very popular amongst the fandom.
What about Spike?
Yes.
Yeah.
Redemption arc. Hey, let's redeem him and make him a potential love interest for Buffy, and someone's gonna place a curse on him and make him evil again. I'm like, my God, leave it alone, man.
He was literally with like one of the most evil fucking female vampires in the series for the longest time.
Yes.
And then like with the second most possibly like evil vampiress for like quite some time as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like that whole thing was pretty silly whenever he kind of just face turned,
And
I was gonna say with Mob though, like Mob, it kind of makes sense because they don't have to necessarily earn their redemption because Mob's just so damn powerful that he humbles the shit out of everyone.
Yeah,
makes them realize how stupid they're being, basically.
Yeah, I think that's the realization. Saitama had the same effect in One Punch Man. It's like that guy who was like about finding the perfect evolutionary like apex and everything. And then he bitch slapped every creation the guy ever came up with. And he was just like, I want to open up a flower shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, there you go. Hey.
So it works with that format because it's
comedic. It's
stupid,
funny.
Powerful character.
It works. It works in that regard because it's funny.
Yeah.
But and plus they aren't a common staple of the rest of the show. Instead they run their course, they have their resolution, and then they're just a character in the world. That's it. I like that.
I really like that the one guy from like the previous arc is now like working at the flower shop in Mob Psycho,
Yeah.
So it even helped him out. I was like, here, take this bouquet to give you your date,
Yes.
But he's just like a side character, so.
That was awesome.
So, and like, obviously, Blondie, like, I forgot his name. But, he was a villain at first for his like own little arc, and then he got ridiculously humbled and smashed naked into the stratosphere, and so he's just best friends with Mob now.
Not Sarazawa, but
Sarazawa's the new guy. Working for Reagan now.
Yeah,
the umbrella guy.
Yeah, I forget, but
I feel like it starts with is it Teru?
I think so.
Starts with a T, I think.
I think so.
But yeah, that's a.
But either way, though, this
with this show, I think it would be perfectly fine if they didn't have villain redemptions.
Not every villain's worthy of a redemption,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how popular they are. I mean, hell, Chris Brown wasn't worthy of a real life redemption because he hasn't changed his behavior. He's still a piece of shit who beats women, but yet you have all these women who are just like, oh, he could beat me any day. He's so beautiful. I'm like, you need help, woman.
Yep.
You need help. Anyway.
Stop it. Get some help.
Exactly.
I think it was perfectly fine that this show did, like, okay, the villains are popular, so let's do a villain character building arc.
Yeah, My Villain Academia. That was a great arc.
You don't have to redeem them to have, like, some good story bits with them and stuff. You know?
No. Instead, what makes truly a great villain is when you actually find yourself, to a certain extent, agreeing with them or understanding why they did what they did. And
it's like, I don't agree with him, but, like, I definitely, in this show, have a deeper understanding than I do in other things sometimes of, like, kind of why they're doing what they're doing to an extent.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Of course, a couple of them are just fucking insane, but, like, some of them have, like, reasons that you're like, yeah, you're coming from the wrong place, but, like, at least, like, you know, I kind of, like, can put into words, like, based off of what I've seen, where they're coming from exactly.
Well, Dabi I understand more because it's like his dad, basically, he feels like his dad abandoned him. He feels like his dad moved on without ever worrying about him or thinking about him and just moved on to his perfect pet project with
and he's not been present for any of his attempts to, not even his attempts at redemption, but his attempts at just taking responsibility recently. Mm-hmm. And so he doesn't know. Like, he still sees him as the same monster that we saw him as when the show started.
Of course he does. Of course. And it sucks that he never saw that, and all he's had is just hate pumped into him. And I think that's what's turned him into the monster that he is. And it's sad and tragic. And unfortunately, I don't think there's any redemption for him. I think the saddest part of the character will be him dying or him achieving what he wants and still not being redeemed or anything. I think, you see, not everything needs to be tied up with a bow and needs to have a perfect resolution. Whenever I've written stories that people have been mad at me over because it's just like, but this person didn't learn anything. I'm like, so you mean like everyday human beings? I mean, people go through these things that they're supposed to learn something at the end of it, but there are people who are just so caught up in their ways that no, they don't learn anything and they never change. Sometimes that's how the world is. There are people who can change. There is extreme circumstances where people have changed everything over and become a much better person, but that's not always the case.
Like that all the time back in the day, and the point was not for the character to learn a lesson, but for you to learn a lesson from the character not learning the lesson.
Yes,
it's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf, for example.
Yep,
the parables, basically.
Well, anyway, we're gonna end it here, everybody. We've ranted and raved enough about this. We're gonna head off and probably just call it an evening for recording. And I hope that y'all enjoyed, and I hope that we will see y'all in the next one. So until then, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Y'all take care, everybody. Peace.